Welcome back everyone to another episode of Dentside Depot. Today is a special day because our Crown Vic swap truck is done. Today we're going to go over how the truck came out, final assembly, and how everything worked together on this truck. So you can see it looks absolutely fantastic. The paint came out really nice. We scrubbed it down and we hit it with some boiled linseed oil, and it really brought out the patina and the original color, the dark jade green. The wheels are from LMR Performance. They're 03 to 04 Terminator Cobra replica wheels. And then the front brakes are Crown Vic brakes. So you can see the truck looks really awesome. Super happy with how it came out. The bed looks great. Inside the bed looks great. Hit every single part of the truck that had any sort of rust with POR, and it came out really nice. Ended up taking the rear bumper and going with the roll pan instead, just because it's a long bed and it just looks so long. Just prefer to keep the bumper off and just go with the roll pan. So we got the roll pan from LMC, painted it jade green to match, and that was that. So you can see the truck just looks fantastic all around. Can't be more happy with it. Did a lot of work on this truck. We are at all said and done. There's a couple small things I need to wrap up, but this project was roughly 280 hours of restoration work. Checking out the inside, everything's all cleaned up. New carpet, custom radio with 4 speakers. Came out really nice. There you go. Little 7-up magnet. Police Interceptor badge. Just a really cool truck. I have driven it a couple times and it drives absolutely fantastic. Let's open up the hood so you can really see where all the Crown Vic swap components are at. And there we go. I couldn't be happier with how this came out. In the earlier episode, I talked about how I wasn't sure if the Saginaw power steering pump conversion that I was doing would work. It did. I would highly recommend that you go that route as well. This truck does not have any power steering issues at idle. It has full power assist at idle, and it drives really nice. Couldn't be happier with it. Essentially, this truck is just a factory truck, everything stock, with a Crown Vic front end, and that is it. Aftermarket wheels, wheel spacers in the rear, and the lowering kit in the rear, and that's all there is to it. Not a ton of money in this build, parts wise, but a ton of time for sure to get it where it's at. Gonna do a quick start. This is actually going to be a hot start. So you can hear what the idle is. Sounds really good. Just a factory 302. Nothing super special about it, but it definitely sounds fantastic if you ask me. So what we're going to do next here is we're going to take this truck out for a drive, and I'm going to answer the question, was this swap worth it, yes or no? Were the 280 hours of labor worth it, all the trouble that I went through with this truck? So we're going to pull it out here in a second, and we are going to answer that question. Alright, so we are out driving the Jade Interceptor, and there is 2 big questions with this CV swap truck. Number 1, how does it drive? Number 2, was it worth the effort? So I'll start with question number 1, and the answer is pretty simple. It drives awesome. It drives way better than a stock truck does. It literally drives like a car. There's absolutely no play in the steering wheel. When it goes over bumps, there are no noises. Here we go. Big bump, no noises. It drives absolutely fantastic. So I could not be happier with how this truck actually drives. 100% better, probably 2 or even 300% better than the way it is from the factory. You can see no slop in the steering wheel whatsoever, and it goes straight down the road. Not even aligned, and it still goes straight down the road. Absolutely amazing. And this truck has 275 Nittos all around on it, and it drives absolutely perfect. So the question is, second question is, was it worth it? We know it drives great, but was it worth all the effort? And as you probably already guessed, yes, absolutely it was worth it. Roughly 280 hours in labor, a lot of cost and parts, but there's no doubt that this truck has such a significant improvement after the CV swap that it is definitely worth your time and effort. Now, of course, we put a lot of new parts on this truck with the front suspension. You don't have to do that. We did, but even so, it was definitely worth it, and I'm sure it would still drive equally as nice, or at least pretty close to as nice, even with the old parts on it. So like in Junior Mint, on the test drive for that truck, we are now going to head on over to the railroad tracks so you can see how it goes driving over a really difficult set of railroad tracks. So here we go, and these railroad tracks are pretty high up, and in a regular truck it would jolt you right into the headliner, but we're going to see how it goes in this truck. Let's see what happens. We're going about 35, and absolutely nothing. It drives absolutely fantastic. So we're going to switch to some B-roll footage so you can see the truck driving around. Before we do that, if you like Dentside videos, or even if you just like old Ford trucks, do me a favor, like and subscribe to my channel, and enjoy the B-roll footage.